Welcome to Buckfast Abbey. Just sitting under a tree in the shade and reading Matthew 24 verses 14 to 30. And you know it's noon, there's the bell. And that's the story about the good and faithful servants. When we read that story, do we worry that somehow we're not doing enough to merit those words spoken by the Master Jesus? Do we measure what we do by somebody else's efforts and look and see that our own seem to fall short? Perhaps we see that others are able to pour large amounts of money into a worthy project, and our own offerings, though sacrificial, pale in comparison. Well, the story that Jesus told the disciples was about when the Master left for his trip and he invited his servants to take care of his vast property in his absence, which was common. But he didn't leave it at that. He entrusted them with a portion of his wealth to invest. That showed great trust on his part. He could have easily allowed them to do the necessities and no more. He could have paid someone with expertise in finance or a similar profession to invest and increase his funds, but he didn't. He placed his trust in servants, those with little education and little prestige. And we know that Jesus' character is never to demean, demoralise or set impossible standards for those he loved. Instead, he was always after the heart of those he discipled. Throughout this whole chapter of Matthew, which is part of the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus delved beyond religious rules and traditions to bring heart issues into the light, and this story was no different. His disciples were in training. He was their teacher. If they were to be launched as the early church, this story was about more than a master and servants. Jesus was going away just like the master in the story. He was teaching them how to live their lives as followers of Jesus and to continue his work. And that goes on today. Jesus' stories have been handed down for a reason, so that we too can hear his story, listen at the feet of this teacher, know that we are to continue, not launching the church, but continue the church in whatever way, shape or form we're making it. So it's not about a master and servants. It's about those people Jesus entrusts to keep an eye on the kingdom on earth. His teaching is to show us how to live our lives as followers, continue his work. May that be our blessing today and our challenge. Take care, God bless.